Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We got the Flash test screening details. Sound the same though. So we got our first test screening for the Flash, man. But yeah, we're gonna see what everybody says about it, you know. So like it up, sub, and yeah, let's get it.
Hey everyone, I want to thank you again for coming out to watch our first screening of The Flash. Now, as a reminder, you did sign NDAs. You can't talk about the movie outside of the screening, please.
Yes, understood. We're not gonna say a word.
I'm dead.
Hello, Flash fans. Thanks.
That's true too, though. They post there. I think that's true. Cause I know they do test screen. I know they sign. I know they let everybody like sign some type of contract or some shit. You know when they do test screening. But I mean they told anyway. But they use it on a other account, on a like burner account. You know, so they won't get caught and shit. So you know what I mean. It be them, but they use the other account type shit, or they use Reddit. You know what I'm saying, type shit.
Thanks so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris. The Flash is a movie I think a lot of DC fans are just eagerly anticipating, some for different
can't wait,
reasons.
though.
You have the side of fans that just love the character of the Flash, have been begging for him to get his own solo movie since forever. And then you have the other side that is just darn curious to what Warner Brothers has planned with this new timeline being set up. Are they going to erase the Snyderverse? How do they explain Ben Affleck being replaced by Michael Keaton Batman? And can any of this make sense with a movie that has lost so many directors, had so many script changes, and has been delayed constantly? Well, it looks like we might have a couple of answers here for us, because The Flash has recently had one of its first test screenings showing the movie to the public. So what I'm going to do here...
Yeah, I'm trying to see what they're going to say. Is it good? Is it bad? You know what I mean? I'm like, we're going to find out on the video, though.
For you guys, is essentially just giving you a rough breakdown of what we can expect from The Flash, answering a couple of questions here and there, giving us a little more insight to what will be happening in this movie. But I do want to make it clear, I am not spoiling the movie in its entirety. I think that doesn't really make it fun for everybody if I just read plot point by plot point what we expect to see in The Flash.
Man, you should, though, man. That's the point of it. That's a part of it, man. You should. Go ahead. I don't care about this. I care about the movie, but goddamn, I want to hear what's going on and shit. Goddamn.
I've always wanted to see the Flash character get his own film, and I'd rather not have the movie ruined for me a whole year in advance. So while I'm still going to be giving away some key details in here, I think it's stuff that'll still leave a lot of room for surprises when we eventually see the Flash movie. So with that said, I'm going to need you guys to give me your opinions down below with these details involving the Flash. Do you think they're headed in the right direction? Do you think this movie's going to be a mess either way? Really would love to hear from you guys, but jumping right...
Welcome to the 5 stages of deciding what to watch. Check Netflix, see what...
Right into it here. This was a video I kind of wanted to make a couple of days ago when all of this news was hitting online. But if you've been following the Flash news as of late, you know their star Ezra Miller has gotten
yes, I heard about that.
a bit of trouble. And it feels like that's all people want to talk about, is whether they should be replacing the star, getting someone else in its place, reshooting this entire movie. I still think Warner Brothers is going to completely ignore the situation and just wait for things to blow over so they can move forward. But I gotta be honest, as a fan of the Flash character, I just feel so bad for the character, because I've wanted this boy to get his own movie, and now when he finally has it, it's just controversy left and right, and like this movie's doomed. Which is part of the reason why I wanted to make this video, because believe it or not, the reactions coming out of the test screening are pretty positive. Now, while nothing is coming out saying like the movie's phenomenal, a masterpiece, the best DCEU movie ever made, it's being said general audiences who watched the movie were very entertained, were thoroughly surprised by the film. And you know what? That's a win on its own right there, because everything we've been hearing about this Flash movie is just, it sounds like it's gonna be an utter mess. Not even including all the Snyderverse stuff, but just having 2 different Batman in there, 2 different Flashes, introducing Supergirl. As we got more information about the Flash, it completely made me understand why it had so many directors leave the chair, because I myself wouldn't know how to make all of this make sense and make it cohesive.
Oh yeah, true. A lot, all that. Yeah, that's true.
Movie. But now jumping exactly into some of the first details we've been hearing, I never think it's a spoiler to tell you something that's not in the movie. And one thing we've been hearing from these test screenings is that Reverse Flash is not part of the movie. Some indicate that they do tease Reverse Flash, but he isn't the main villain or a large part of the film in any way, shape, or form. And I know some people will be kind of upset by this, because if you think the Flashpoint storyline, you're like, well, you gotta have Reverse Flash in there. Who else is doing all this? But honestly, myself, if they want to do the Flashpoint storyline as the first Flash movie, I would rather them save other big Flash characters or moments for the sequel.
But you gotta make it like a single. That was saying, like they want to make a part 2 or part 3. You know what I'm saying? They, you know, they gotta save some shit. You know what I mean? They can't make a 5-hour movie. You know what I mean? Type shit. So they gotta save some shit for part. If they do make part 2 or some other movies and shit for Flash.
Like Reverse Flash. Other details coming out about it is that Ezra Miller is fantastic in the role. Some key things being said here, the emotional parts are good. Ezra has amazing chemistry with the woman who plays Barry's mom, and I heard people started crying when Barry realized he couldn't save her. Continuing on, trust me when I say this, you're gonna love Ezra as Barry more than you did in both Justice League movies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we did when we watched Justice League part 1 and part 2. So yeah, we already know we're gonna love him.
I really
the
like
character.
the sound of that, because coming from somebody who really likes Zack Snyder's Justice League, even though Barry Allen had some amazing moments in that movie, particularly his Speed Force sequence, I still just didn't feel 100% on board with his version of Barry Allen and some of the quirks to his personality. So the fact that in this movie they make sure you really like Barry Allen, that you're all on board for him, love it. And speaking of performances and best characters, Sasha Calle's Supergirl is also getting a ton of praise. They have it here, Sasha Calle's Supergirl is one of the best parts of the movie, with some calling it the best performance in the movie. I think from the moment Sasha Calle's Supergirl got announced, there was a lot of hate and pushback just because it was assumed she'd be replacing Superman, particularly in the Flashpoint version of the story where Superman is usually the person in captivity by the government, was locked away, and in the movie that role is literally replaced by Supergirl, instead being the one that was captured by the government, and then somewhere in this movie Barry and Batman go ahead and save her. But with that said, there is one detail involved with Supergirl that is making Superman fans really upset, and I kind of don't blame them. So from what we've been hearing about Supergirl from these test screenings is they are confirming that she is going to be playing the Kara Danvers version of Supergirl, or aka Kara Zor-El, which in the comics is actually the cousin of Superman instead of what we've been hearing all these other versions.
Oh, that show, what's that show called? Supergirl show or some shit? Basically, like she the main character, and then that's the type shit
of Supergirl, like one of them was the daughter of Superman. That's what a lot of people thought at the time she would be playing, is Lara Lane Kent, just because the resemblance was kind of uncanny from the comic book version. So cool, if it is Kara Zor-El, that means she's related to Superman and he must be out there somewhere, right? Well, it's being reported here by people who have talked to those who attended the test screening, saying, according to our sources, newly cast Supergirl actress Sasha Calle is
replacing Hillary. Damn.
Playing the Kara Danvers version of the character, and will replace Superman actor Henry Cavill as the DCU's last survivor.
So that's gonna be our Superman, Supergirl and shit.
Of Krypton. In the new rebooted timeline, the Kryptonian villain Zod kills Cavill's Superman as a baby. You gotta calm down. And as a baby. And the Kryptonian villain Zod kills Cavill's Superman as a baby.
So that's why she replaced him, because he come as baby, and now you got her as the main. Oh, okay. So they switched it up though. They switched it up on us. Okay, damn. That's crazy though. That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
You gotta calm down now. I need y'all to calm down. This was kind of one of the reasons I really wanted to make this video, because I am seeing a lot of fans freak out about this, get so mad going, really? So you not only replace Supergirl, you kill Superman as a baby?
Yeah.
You have no heart. What are you, Don Cheadle from Endgame?
Why don't we just find baby Thanos, you know, and...
But people are missing the bigger picture and everything we've been hearing about involving the Flash. Rewinding us back a little bit, everything that we've been hearing about the Flash movie is that we're essentially going to be dropped into two timelines. We have the main DCU timeline right now that you can call the Snyderverse. That's where every DCEU movie has been released thus far. That's the timeline we've been watching. Somewhere along those lines, Barry Allen will then travel into the multiverse and end up in Michael Keaton's version of a DCEU. And in that version, Michael Keaton is Batman and his Superman is Supergirl. So yes, Michael Keaton's Batman does not have a Superman. It's not going to be Nicolas Cage Superman or Christopher Reeves Superman, which I know a lot of people are hoping for. Instead, his Superman is going to be Supergirl, Sasha Calle. But from everything we've heard, by the end of the movie, there will be some sort of merger in the timeline and a whole new universe will be created. And in this universe, the Flash, played by Ezra Miller, will be the Flash there. Batman will now be Michael Keaton instead of Ben Affleck. And it also looks like Supergirl will be a main focus in this new timeline. However, that does not mean their backstories from their previous timelines are following them in this new one created by the end of the movie. We know this to be fact because we already seen the repercussions of what will happen by the end of that timeline with the upcoming Batgirl movie. Set photos have shown us that Michael Keaton's Batman will be getting his own version of a Robin, still yet to be unknown who's playing it, whether it's Dylan O'Brien or some other actor destined to be Nightwing. And from everything we had previously seen from Michael Keaton's Batman, he doesn't have a Robin. And Ben Affleck's Batman has his Robin dead. So in this new timeline that'll be created by the movie, background and stories will be changed to where I 100% believe in this new timeline, Superman, played by Henry Cavill, will still be alive and did not die as a baby. It makes sense to me though why that happens in that timeline. I don't think Zod literally comes up to baby Superman, chokes him out, and then throws him. I think Zod
he probably did that shit though. No cat. He probably throw that motherfucker. Throw that baby. Fuck them kids. Shit.
One of the people responsible for why Krypton exploded, and instead of Kal-El being the one baby that got away, it'll be Supergirl instead. And then Superman as a baby will just be one of the million casualties on the planet of Krypton. Hopefully that can ease some fans there, but I know there'll still be people just
they're gonna be mad though and shit. You can't ease them. Nah, you can't ease the fans.
Of over 19,000 doctors. We practiced at all.
What we've heard
is it looks fans like that, they're gonna still get mad for you trying to switch it up and shit.
Zod will be returning, played by Michael Shannon, along with Fora, who are set to still be alive in the new timeline and actually gonna show up somewhere in this Flash movie to fight against this new trio. That is Ezra Miller's The Flash, Michael Keaton Batman, and Supergirl. And again, I don't want to get into any spoilers or anything or ruin the movie for you, but it sounds like that fight is gonna be very brutal and not go the way people are thinking it will. So that has me excited, and I bet you that's probably gonna be a setup for the spin-off Supergirl movie, where we're essentially gonna get Man of Steel, but probably with Sasha Calle.
Yeah, girl versus dude, pretty much.
A Supergirl. And now before we get to one of the most mind-blowing things that we have heard about this upcoming Flash movie and what it's setting up for the future of the DCEU, one thing that has put fans at ease and kind of made them excited to see the movie is it looks like, yes, the Snyderverse will not be erased. But it also doesn't look like we're going to be following it
so it won't be erased
anytime soon. From everything that's been coming out is whatever new timeline is set up with the Flash by the end of this movie, it's not that it erases the Snyderverse, but instead puts it at a separate timeline on another Earth, where Warner Brothers leaves the door open to pursue the Snyderverse one day if they ever choose to, and if they don't, you can rest well knowing the Snyderverse is happening somewhere out there, it's just not in the timeline we're currently following. And attached to that, along with those Ben Affleck rumors, there's actually been some exciting stuff developing. A lot of people thought that Ben Affleck would somehow just be erased and replaced with Michael Keaton as Batman, or that he would die by the end of this movie and that would be the end of him, since Ben Affleck has been kind of vocal about not wanting to return to the character. But believe it or not, they say by the end of the Flash movie, there is a small hint and tease Ben Affleck could reappear someday.
Oh man, Ben Affleck. You say you don't want to be in the movie. Now you want to be in the movie again? Okay. Okay. Okay.
There is a small hint and tease Ben Affleck could reappear someday in the future.
He definitely gonna be in the movie again. Talking about I ain't gonna be in Batman no more. Nah, he definitely is though. Hey, that money talking. He definitely is though, no cap.
Again, I don't want to get into any spoilers or exact details so the movie's not ruined for you, but that's got to be exciting. And it also matches up with what Ezra Miller was teasing when they put up this Instagram post laughing at people saying Ben Affleck was done in the role.
I
also
so they
want to play
y'all.
devil's advocate here. I like the Snyderverse and where things were going with the Justice League, and especially the teases that they had in Zack Snyder's Justice League, but it also makes me understand why if Barry Allen had the choice, he would erase or remove the events leading up to that. Because everything thing we were seeing is that that timeline was eventually supposed to end up in a nightmare situation where the world is a wasteland. Superman is in charge, working alongside Darkseid. Batman has to team up with the Joker. Like, you really think Barry Allen, if he saw that as the future, wouldn't try and change it and then mess things up, creating a new timeline? It makes sense to me why the Snyderverse would be erased. It was headed for chaos. So if these reports are true, that they're kind of separating it and putting it on another Earth, that's what I assume is happening right now, is that they'll somehow give us a hint that Ben Affleck Batman is in the Nightmare universe, is battling Superman and Darkseid, and if Warner Brothers ever decides to or can convince Ben Affleck to come back, they'll tell that Nightmare movie, but now it'll be in its own universe and they can continue doing whatever they want in the DCEU. But okay, now the biggest, like, WTF, me wondering, Warner Brothers, you were doing something good here. Now I'm like, I don't know what you're trying to do now. This is like some Sony Universe level crap. According to some of these reports and reactions, people are saying it looks like this is what Warner Brothers is leading up towards, and that is a Crisis on Infinite Earth situations. Now, for those of you who don't know, Crisis on Infinite Earths is basically a battle of the multiverses. It's where a bunch of different universes.
So it's kind of like Doctor Strange, pretty much, the multiverse, or Sony trying to do or some shit, you know what I mean, type shit. Pretty much doing the same thing DC
again,
doing.
come together, fight it out, battle it for some reason, all to create one unified, conjoined timeline. And with multiverse characters and different universes kind of coming together, they are saying they could have Robert Pattinson from the Matt Reeves universe participate in this Crisis on Infinite Earth situations that could either possibly lead him to being the main Batman of the DCEU, or just someone who participates in the movie event then eventually ends up back in his own timeline without all these characters. I don't know how I feel about that. I 100% believe this is actually something that they're headed towards and they're trying to do. Because from what we're hearing right now is they are creating multiple Earths, multiple different timelines, and the DCU cannot just operate that way. It feels like they do eventually want to have a conjoined, connected universe, and this is their answer to do it because it has a presence in the comics. And heck, we've seen this time and time again. If Marvel or DC hear that each other are doing something similar to their comic storylines, they will copy each other. Batman vs Superman, Captain America Civil War, the Flashpoint storyline, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They basically doing similar shit though. Like he doing Doctor Strange, and then they got the multiverse, the Flashpoint. Pretty much, yeah, they doing similar shit.
Of Madness. And now there's rumors that Marvel is setting up a Secret Wars event that is the same thing. Multiverse universe characters coming together to battle it out to make one unified timeline. So it also makes sense that the DC would be racing to do their own version of this. And as someone who loved Matt Reeves as the Batman and has him as his favorite Batman right now, I don't see that working. That feels so strange. But then there's like that 10% part of me that's like, this is so crazy and wild. I kind of want to see it. We'll see how things pan in the future. We know Warner Brothers is very reactionary, so The Flash may go bad. They might have to recast their main star. The movie could tank and they scrap all those plans and do something entirely different. It wouldn't be the first time. But as far as what we're hearing, this is what they got set up. This is what they're planning for the future. A lot of these details I like and sound exciting, but what they have leading up to the future, I don't know. You're gonna have to convince me, Warner Brothers. I'm not there entirely. Do you guys hear these details coming out from the Flash screening? Are you excited for the movie? Would you be willing to watch it, or do you think Warner Brothers is just going crazy? Anything and everything, be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.
Nah, but I like it though. I like it though so far. I mean, Flash, that's good. They talking, you know, that's good as they say some good shit about it, not like negative, you know what I mean, type shit. But it should be good. It should be good. I like it. Sub my channel, and yeah, peace.